Hello book nerds and computers, I'm Summer from Silver-Eyed-Fangirl and today I am reviewing A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. A Monster Calls follows Connor O'Malley, who is struggling with a lot of things. First off, his mother is fighting cancer and there are bullies at school who are bullying him about his mother. Oh, and there's a fact that every night there's a monster that visits Connor and tells him a story, and also asking for the truth. I really loved this story, even though it was sort of centered around cancer and the difficulties that come with cancer. This book was so sweet but so sad as well, and the writing style was just perfect for that sort of story. I think that it was such a lovely idea after the original author of A Monster Calls, called Sibian, who had written the basic premise of the story and the characters and everything, had passed away with cancer herself. Patrick Ness helped finish this story, and he helped in such a sweet and heartfelt way, and it is a really beautiful story. The only thing I don't think I really liked about the story was the fact that at points you didn't know what was real and what wasn't, and if this monster was real or not. But I think that's what added to the story. You wasn't supposed to know what was real. You were supposed to be guessing yourself and second guessing yourself, so that they could tell this amazing story. The illustrations in this book was done by Jim Kay, and let me just say, they are beautiful. And it is very clever how they sometimes set out the illustrations. The illustrations are so dark and detailed, but very beautiful as well, and it fit in very well with the story and the characters. And I love how they switched from sort of having like double pages full of illustrations and sort of singular and ones like a border around the writing. My favourite character out of this story was actually the monster, and the reason for that was no matter how stubborn Connor was being or how much he would like refuse the monster just stayed very calm, kept going and supporting Connor. It was amazing. And obviously my least favourite character was Connor, because he was, I think this was supposed to be how he was like. He was stubborn and he wouldn't think of much anyone else but himself. And even though Connor was going through quite a lot of problems and there was a lot of things going on in his personal life, I do think he tried to make everything about him, and I do think now, thinking back on it, that is how it was supposed to happen, so that the monster could be there to sort of make him see the error of his ways. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. It is a beautiful story. There are beautiful illustrations, very detailed story, and the message that you get from the story was just amazing. I cried towards the end of this book, so if you're looking for a feel-good book, this is definitely not it. This is at the bottom of a feel-good. This is total opposite of a feel-good book. I recommend this book to probably teenagers 17 plus, maybe a bit older, because younger readers probably would not understand a lot of the themes that go on in this, a lot of the story that happens. I just think that younger readers would just kind of take it as a joke instead of a beautiful piece of writing that it should be taken as. I would also say do not read this book if you are planning to go out, because you will cry. I'm not usually one who would cry at books or cry at movies, but this book made me sob like a little baby. That was my impression of a baby. That was terrible. I love this book so much. It is such a good story. It's so very unique, and I do not think anyone else will be able to sort of match that kind of uniqueness with this sort of story and premise, and I'm going to recommend it to like my dad, my family members who want a book like this. This book was £8.99, which I think is a little bit pricey. It always is for a book because it's just pages stuck together. But for this story, the illustrations and how much work has obviously been put into the story, I think it's a good price. I give this book 9 mind blowns out of 10. I really did love this book so much. So that was my A Monster Calls review. I hope you liked it. I'm slowly getting back into my reviews. I'm digging into the archives, as I would say, and picking out all my reviews that I reviewed this time last year and never got to film the review for, and I'm just bringing them out. But thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, don't forget your local library, and keep reading. Bye! I forgot my piece of paper.